Colorectal cancer is now the #1 cancer killer in adults under 50, but there is hope even for those diagnosed in later stages. Senior health correspondent Monica Robbins is in Studio B with a local patient and doctor with a message that could save your life. Hi, Monica.
Hey, Dave. Yeah, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, but we should be talking about this year-round because of the number of people it is impacting. And joining me now is one of those people, Luke Williams, and UH radiation oncologist Dr. Lauren Henke. Thank you so much for being here. Luke, I want to start with you.
Yeah.
And what I find really, really interesting about your case is you trusted your gut instinct. Talk to me about that. How did you know something was wrong?
It was during a family vacation, and a couple months later I got an appointment with a general physician, and the first thing that he recommended was getting a colonoscopy. He wanted to work backwards, basically. Let's rule out the big stuff and get a colonoscopy. And end of December, that's when I was able to get in to get it. And as soon as I came out of it, that GI doctor told me that I had colon cancer.
So where were you stage-wise, and what was the next plan?
So technically it was stage 4 for how big the tumor was. And then a couple weeks later, I met with Dr. Lou, the colon surgeon, and she came in on board, and they took my story or case to the tumor board, and we kind of kicked it off with radiation with her.
So, Dr. Henke, how many times do you see folks who kind of wait a little too long when, you know, had a colonoscopy been done, things might have been different?
I think nobody really looks forward to or is excited about a colonoscopy, and so we definitely see where people try to push off having it done. You know, the screening age used to be 50, but it actually was moved up to 45 in 2018, which means that now it's even younger people who are busy, working, they have lives, and many people who are eligible for a screening colonoscopy don't get colonoscopies. And then you think about symptoms, oftentimes sort of generic, things like bloating or abdominal pain, changes in bowel habits. There are many things that you can think of that aren't cancer that it might be, and it's easy, I think, to try to push that aside until those symptoms really become persistent, and it can sometimes be too late to really be able to have the same impact as if when we find cancers earlier.
We are now seeing that it is the #1 cancer killer among people age 50 and younger. We know the screening age is 45. Should it be even younger than that?
I think with time, we might see that the screening age will continue to get lowered. Right now, the incidence of what we call early onset colorectal cancer, which is in folks who are younger than 50 at diagnosis, is going up and up by about 3% per year. Since the 90s, the chances of somebody under 50 getting colon cancer have doubled. At the same time, actually, that in older adults, you know, over 65, the rates are actually going down. And so the age of screening, getting it done right away at 45 when you're due now and earlier if you have symptoms, I think is incredibly important and likely to continue to shift that way.
Luke, what you know now and what you wish you knew then, what message would you tell folks?
Just take care of your body. If you feel like something's wrong, go see a doctor. Like, we only got one body in one life. You got to do something with it. So you can't wait.
A lot of people think this is all related to diet, you know, and the American diet, if you will. Is that true?
I think it's certainly part of it. It's easy to, you know, hope that every cancer has some genetic cause, but the reality is a lot of the causes of cancer, especially in colorectal cancer, are things that we can modify. Things like needing to be more active, or having a little bit of extra weight on us, or having a Western diet, things like smoking and alcohol use. Those are all things that you can take action on and change that we do think are related to this rise in early onset cancers.
Luke, you have a unique treatment. Can you, I know we're running out of time, can you kind of just give me what is that and how does it help your quality of life?
So I've got an HAI pump inserted, and all it does is it sends chemo directly to my liver. So I still have problems with my liver and a few in my lungs. The colon is all good, but at least it's kind of centralized, so it's not systemic chemo everywhere. it's just to my liver. So it makes living a little easier for sure.
Especially for a dad with 2 young kids.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you both so much for being here. And I hope everybody listens to what they have to say. Get your colonoscopy, folks. It's really not that bad. I've had 3. It's not that bad. Trust me. So, do it because it might save your life. All right, Dave, back to you.
I'm right behind you with 2, and you and I and many others will continue to tell people to do the right thing and be proactive, Monica, because we've talked to so many people who haven't and they regret it. It could be deadly.
Absolutely. The worst part is getting ready for it. The actual colonoscopy is easy, and then you get to eat like whatever you want right after.
Oh, breakfast right after. Matt and I just talked about it. It's the day before.
Yeah,
No
and that's, the night, get it early in the morning. That's the way to go.
That's the key, right? Early in the morning. All right, you may have just saved a life or many more with that interview, Monica. Great job. Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
All right, Matt. Yeah, early morning. I think were you in the afternoon?
No, I was morning.
You were early
afternoon.
Yeah.
This is weird to say. It's so important to do that, right? Because they catch stuff. I loved my colonoscopy. I'm not kidding. It's not that bad the day before, and just to know you're like fresh.
Yeah.
You're good to go. And then they take the pictures inside. You're like, it's like perfectly clean in there.
I know what to get you for Christmas.
A colonoscopy kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not bad. If you've been delaying putting it on the schedule, just do it. All right. I'm kind of looking forward to my next one. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Either way, here we go. We've got clear skies.